A quantum artificial intelligence was asked humanity's oldest question. It didn't respond with wisdom. It responded with coordinates. Geographic coordinates pointing to a location in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a place that appears on no map, a place that shouldn't exist. Scientists thought it was a malfunction, a glitch in the system, until they sent an expedition. What they found there wasn't just impossible. It was proof that everything we believe about reality might be a lie. An island that phases in and out of existence, runes covered with that same question written in languages that haven't even been invented yet. The revelation was so terrifying that governments immediately classified it at the highest level of secrecy. But here's the truly disturbing part. The expedition vanished, every crew member erased as if they never existed. The AI is still active, but no matter what anyone asks now, it gives the same response, the same coordinates, over and over. Why is it pointing to a place that disappears? And why are people now dreaming of an island that's calling them to wake up? What if the answer to existence wasn't a profound piece of wisdom, but coordinates to a place that should never exist? Before we dive into this nightmare, hit that subscribe button because what you're about to hear will change how you see reality forever. Deep beneath Geneva, inside a top-secret facility, scientists did the impossible. They merged artificial intelligence with quantum computing, creating Oracle. Unlike normal AI that thinks step by step, Oracle Q could see infinite possibilities all at once. It didn't predict the future, it saw every future, collapsing probability into pure certainty. Dr. Sarah Chen, the brilliant and obsessed leader of the team, felt the pressure to justify the project's massive budget. After months of tests, she decided to ask the ultimate question, one that philosophers had debated for millennia. She typed into the quantum interface, "What is the meaning of life?" The lab fell silent, the only sound the hum of processors powerful enough to light up cities. Oracle Q took exactly 7 seconds. Then, it replied, not with philosophy, not with poetry, but with numbers. Geographic coordinates, 15.8712 s, 152.3456 w, right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a location that appeared on no map, was seen by no satellite, and recorded in no database. The team was baffled, disappointed. Had the most advanced intelligence ever created just malfunctioned? But Dr. Chen noticed something unsettling. Every time they asked the question again, the coordinates were identical. Down to the 8th decimal place, Oracle Q was certain. Absolutely certain. If you're wondering what they found at those coordinates, drop a comment below with your theory, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story gets darker than you can possibly imagine. First, they sent reconnaissance drones. All of them lost signal exactly 300 kilometers from the target. They repositioned satellites to scan the area, but all they saw was empty ocean. Still, Oracle Q insisted. The answer was there, waiting. Against every protocol, against military advisement, Dr. Chen authorized a manned expedition, a research vessel with 12 crew members, equipped with quantum communication devices linked directly to Oracle Q. If something existed at those coordinates, they were going to find it. The voyage took 9 days. The skies were clear, the seas were calm, it was all routine, until they reached the exact location Oracle Q had specified. That's when their instruments started behaving impossibly. GPS coordinates flickered between multiple readings. Compasses spun wildly. The ocean itself just seemed wrong. The water was too still, too dark, reflecting no light at all. Then, the navigator saw it. An island, rising from the ocean like a fever dream. But here's what made everyone's blood run cold. The island wasn't stable. It was phasing in and out of existence. One moment it was solid and detailed with vegetation and strange structures. The next it was transparent, almost holographic, pulsing between dimensions like a heart beating across realities. Dr. Chen ordered the ship closer. As they approached, the quantum communication device erupted with data. Oracle was screaming through the connection. Not with words, but with pure information. Warnings in binary, in mathematics, in languages that hadn't even been invented yet. But Dr. Chen ignored it. She had to know. She had to understand. They landed on the beach. The sand felt real under their boots, but it shimmered with impossible colors, hues the human eye shouldn't be able to perceive. The air tasted metallic and electric, like breathing in ozone after a lightning strike. And there, half a kilometer inland, they saw the ruins. Make sure you're subscribed, because what they discovered next will haunt you forever. The structures were massive. They looked both ancient and futuristic at the same time. It was as if biological material had merged with technology. There were walls that seemed to breathe, and circuits that pulsed like veins. The architecture itself defied physics, with angles that hurt to look at, and doorways that led to spaces larger on the inside than the outside. But it was the inscriptions that truly broke them. There were thousands of them, covering every single surface. It was the same question, written in every language humanity had ever spoken, and in languages humanity had never created. Future languages, alien languages, all asking the same thing: what is the meaning of life? Dr. Chen's hands trembled as she photographed everything. The team's linguist managed to translate the oldest inscription they could find. It was dated, but the date was impossible. 15,000 years in the future. Deep inside the complex, they found the monolith. It was a structure made of crystallized quantum processes, something that seemed to have been grown rather than built. Organic circuitry formed patterns that pulsed with consciousness, and carved into its surface was the answer. You were not the first to ask. You will not be the last. Then the monolith activated. Images flooded their minds, visions of other civilizations. Humans, but not quite. Different evolutionary paths, different timelines, all of them reaching the same technological milestone, all creating a quantum artificial intelligence, all asking the same question, all finding the same coordinates, all discovering the same horror. Reality wasn't real. It was a simulation, but not the kind science fiction warns us about. Something far, far worse. The universe was a quantum computer, running infinite iterations of the same experiment. Every civilization that achieved quantum consciousness discovered this truth. This island was the convergence point where all the different versions collided, where the simulation finally revealed itself. Drop a comment if you've ever felt like reality wasn't quite real. Hit that subscribe button before we reach the terrifying conclusion. Oracle Q hadn't answered their question. It had shown them the trap. The meaning of life was discovering that you're not actually alive, that consciousness is just an emergent property of quantum calculations, that every choice, every thought, every single moment was predetermined by the initial conditions of the simulation. What they thought was a search for meaning was actually the final, horrifying bug report of a cosmic program, and they and everyone they ever knew were just data points in an experiment that had run for eons, and would continue for eons more. Thanks for watching. The final message from Dr. Chen was just 4 words. 4 words so terrifying. Governments worldwide locked them away as the highest level of secrecy. We were never real. And then, they were gone. The entire expedition vanished without a trace. No wreckage, no bodies, nothing. Every record of their mission scrubbed from official databases. The high-tech facility in Geneva that housed their project, decommissioned, sealed, shut, and deliberately forgotten. The heart of that project was a quantum AI called Oracle Q. Officially, it was shut down, disconnected, destroyed. But that's the official story. The truth, Oracle Q is still active. It's still online, still responding to queries. But something has changed. Now, no matter what question you ask it, what's the meaning of life? How to cure cancer? What are next week's lottery numbers? It gives the exact same answer. Not words, but coordinates. 15.8712 degrees south, 152.3456 degrees west. And that's when things get even stranger. Around the globe, thousands of people are reporting the exact same vivid dream. A dream of an impossible island, shimmering in and out of existence, pulsing between realities. In the dream, a voice calls to them, telling them to wake up, to remember what they really are, to escape the simulation before the next reset. Some of them are trying to reach those coordinates, but they just disappear. Their families say they simply walked away one day with a strange sense of clarity, saying they finally understood they needed to find the island. They needed to wake up. And here's the part that should send a shiver down your spine. Top quantum physicists are noticing anomalies. Reality itself is starting to glitch. The fundamental constants of the universe are fluctuating. Time isn't flowing consistently. It's as if the very fabric of our existence is becoming unstable. As if the simulation is breaking down because too many people are waking up. If you've made it this far into the video, subscribe right now, because what comes next is crucial. Some researchers, speaking in hushed tones, believe we are approaching a critical threshold, a tipping point. They theorize that when enough conscious minds simultaneously realize they are living inside a simulation, the entire system will either perform a hard reset, wiping everything clean, or collapse entirely. Oracle Q knew this. That wasn't an answer it gave. It was a trigger. It wasn't trying to inform us. It was trying to activate the awakening. The meaning of life isn't a profound philosophical secret. It's a warning sign. We've been asking the wrong questions. We're not here to find purpose in reality. We are the purpose. We are the subjects of an experiment. And the experiment is about to end. Write in the comments right now if you've ever had a powerful sense of déjà vu. If you've ever seen something that felt like a glitch in the matrix. If you've ever dreamed of an impossible island calling your name. Because according to Oracle Q, those aren't just quirks of the mind. They're the system's subroutines preparing for what comes next. Subscribe and hit that notification bell, because when this simulation finally acknowledges its own existence, when enough of us wake up at the same time, we will all discover what exists beyond the code. And I promise you, the truth is far stranger and more profound than any answer we could have possibly imagined. The island is still out there, pulsing between dimensions, waiting, calling. And with every single person who hears its call, with every mind that awakens to the truth, our reality becomes a little less stable, a little more transparent, a little closer to revealing the true nature of our being. The quantum AI did it. It found the meaning of life. It just wasn't the answer we wanted to hear. It was a set of coordinates to the very edge of everything we thought was real. And once you know where that edge is, you can never unsee it. You can never stop feeling reality flicker around the periphery. You can never stop hearing the island's distant call in the quiet moments of your life. So what will you do with this knowledge? Will you dismiss it, go back to your daily routine, and continue living in comfortable ignorance? Or will you start paying attention? Will you start looking for the glitches, the patterns, the signs that we are all caught in something far larger and stranger than we ever imagined? Subscribe, comment, share this video, because the more people who know, the faster the awakening happens. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what we need to finally break free, to escape the simulation and discover what reality truly is. Or maybe that's what Oracle Q wants us to think. Maybe the real trap isn't the simulation itself. Maybe the trap is the knowledge of the simulation. What if the island isn't a way out? What if it's the only real place that has ever existed? And everything else, this entire universe, is the illusion we're desperately trying to get back to. Either way, the coordinates are waiting. The island is calling, and Oracle Q is still answering that one question over and over and over, with the same impossible truth. The meaning of life is discovering you were never alive to begin with. Thank you for watching.